It's puck time. I'm the Prez. It's Tuesday, and we've got Andrew McInnis and Alex Badass Smith from sportsmemo.com. Boys, let's start with a quote. The roster of handicappers at WagerTalk take a major hit in credibility and class every time they appear with the Prez. He is a pompous ass. The guy's shtick is cringeworthy. I first would like to humbly apologize to the two of you to bring you on the show, deal with me, the pompous ass, and allow you to lose credibility. But when push comes to shove, I sign your check, send you your money. I'm making you do it. So too bad, so sad. Let's talk hockey.
Was that a comment on the YouTube video? Or?
Oh, yeah, bro. I get them all the time. You know, here's the bottom line, and I know some would construe this as being pompous, but it's not. When you're as handsome as me, ugly men get mad. When you're as fit as me, fat men get mad. When you win as good as me, losers get mad.
Love
when
and
you
confidence.
fuck as good as me, small penis guys get mad. It's not my fault. I was born this way. It is not me. It is you.
You know the saying for that, Prez?
Arrogance.
They hate you because they ain't you.
All right.
Whoa! Look at that, brother. You know, in all seriousness, in all seriousness, this is a shtick, man. Like, I want to have fun on these shows.
Right.
I don't make love better than another guy. I'm not better looking than Brad Pitt. I mean, yes, both of you, but not Brad Pitt. I mean, come on, man. I mean, I got muscles, sure. I go to the gym. I stare at other guys. Their muscles are better. I mean, Drew Martin was in Morning Joe in the Pro. Have you seen his baby blue eyes? I don't have those baby blue eyes. I mean, come on, man. I just want to have fun. All of it's done with a sense of humor and a smile. Andrew, man, it seems like your seat is very low. Alex, it seems like your seat is very high.
Which is funny because I'm on a couch, so mine is definitely not high.
So, before we get into it, we're going to take apart every game on the board. I asked Alex last night if he had a woman. He said no. I then asked him, and some could construe this as a racist statement, if he likes big booties.
Right, and I said I do. I said, but within proportion. I like curvy women. So
Alex, tomorrow will have at least 10 pictures for us of the perfect booty.
I'm all loving the start to this show. I missed this. I missed this a lot.
Well, Andrew, you're 6'4". What is your opinion on the booty?
Yeah, definitely don't mind some size. That's for sure. If you can work with it. There's definitely a difference between fat, though, and then, like, a well-shaped.
So, like, Nicki Minaj's booty out of 10 gets a what, Alex?
Like a 4, because it's not even real.
Okay, let's pretend it was real.
And then it'd be like, I guess a 5, 6. I mean, because she's like 5'2". Like, you gotta understand, like, there's, like, her proportions are, like way out of whack.
Nicki Minaj's booty gets a flat-out 0. The thing's embarrassing. Why are we talking about this?
I have no idea.
Prez, before we finish, we got to wrap it up. Talking about girls here. At your age, and we don't know what that is, who is your celebrity crush? I know
I'm 50. I'm 50. I mean, dude, you go back throughout time and you figure out, who are the most beautiful women of all time. I mean, I don't want to look at it as like, who's my celebrity crush right this minute? Because as you age, the women start looking better and better. And basically, if they're female and on TV, I have a crush. Ashley Judd, in her youth, to me, is one of the most beautiful women of all time.
Have you ever seen the Kentucky poster she did for the Kentucky Hockey Club? It's just like her laying out wearing nothing but a UK, like a white jersey.
Why haven't you emailed that to me yet?
I don't know. I'll send that over to you.
Okay. But I will. But in the same regard, without sounding like a perv, I mean, I look at girls like Selena Gomez, who's like 14. No, she's about 23 now.
She's about this guy's age, I think.
Yeah, and I'm like marvel at her beauty, marvel. So, I mean, when push comes to shove, Ashley Judd. Anyway, guys. Before we start, I just want to let everybody know it's $2 Tuesdays at both Sports Memo and Wager Talk. I'm the $2 Tuesday today. Eddie Zeman, who called me out and called me a pompous ass, I did not make me the $2 Tuesday. Our fearless leader, Johnny Detroit, made me the $2 Tuesday. It's an NBA 5-unit play. I'm 9-2 in my last 11 NBA plays. And if you do buy my $2 play tonight at WagerTalk.com, it comes with a promo code to get Marco's 5-unit Sweet 16 play for half price. Marco started the madness. Are you ready, guys? This past 4 days, 9-1.
Nice.
So great for him. I mean, I love Marco, and it's great for the business to start so well. Normally, if I can remember correctly, we normally start the madness slow, but this year it's been outstanding. I mean, everybody rattled off winners. I won both my 5-unit plays in college hoops this past weekend, so we're stoked, man. March has been an outstanding month. And lastly, before we get into the show, because we're at 7 minutes, I haven't spoken one word about hockey. First pitch. I'm doing a baseball show. It starts every day, Monday to Friday, April 8th. We will take apart every game on the board, just like we do in hockey. And our first 2 shows are in the can. They're up at Wager Talk TV on our YouTube channel, and they're basically our baseball preview shows, so please check that out. Boys, I went 3-2 last night. I mean, I'm so blown away. I bet Calgary -1.5 and San Jose -1.5. Wow. Alex, any thoughts on those? Just wow.
Well, I mean, San Jose has just been kind of just falling out of
6
I mean,
in a row.
Yeah, I know. It's just it's bizarre to see how they're gonna basically back into the playoffs right now, and they might be a team that could get possibly swept or crushed early in the first round if they keep this up. Their goaltending is shoddy. They also did play a Detroit team that and we mentioned it. They're one of the few teams that are actually playing with some pride, playing with some passion, trying to finish the season out strong. They're not just waiting to hit the golf course. So big win for the Red Wings. I think they were plus 440 in regulation and plus 3, like 60 something the money line. So that's another huge dog. We've seen big dogs cashing left and right the last several days in the NHL. So you gotta be careful with some of those big favorites.
He's Alex B. Smith, Andrew McInnis, both from sportsmemo.com. I'm the Prez from WagerTalk.com, and we're getting right into it. The Washington Capitals hosting Carolina tonight. Carolina's in the thick of things, boys. They have won their last 2 games, 4 of their last 5. They played a 2-1 winning game against Montreal in their last game. Washington, though, they've lost 2 of their last 3. They did beat Philadelphia. Look, Washington is -135 at home tonight. The total of this game is 6. I mean, here's the bottom line for me. I understand that Carolina needs to win these hockey games. I get it. I mean, they're in a battle, but so are the Capitals. The Capitals, they've got the New York Islanders right behind them for a very important seed. I look at this number with a little bit of shock. Alex, I go to you first. This number seems short to me. I know Carolina is rolling, but they are nowhere near as good as the Capitals. I lean on Washington minus the 135.
Yeah, that would be my natural inclination as well. But if you look back at last night, we had the same situation happen in the Western Conference as we have right here in the East. You have a possible first-round playoff preview with a team in the wild card on the road, and a team that has struggled against that said home team, and they played really well. We saw with Dallas beating Winnipeg last night. And so you have the exact
crazy
same thing
stuff
here.
went down last night.
Yeah, it did. It was a wild night. But you have the same situation here with Carolina, the team that needs to get a wild card spot, hasn't played well against Washington, lost 7 of the last 9 meetings. This could possibly be a playoff preview. I think they're going to be really fired up for this game. They're going to treat this as if it is basically like a game one of their series because they've got to win this game. But the difference is where Winnipeg's kind of coasting through a little bit.
Yep.
Washington, they know they've got to, hold pat with that first spot, winning the division. So it's going to be a little bit tougher. I would look at the draw here. I could see this one being a tight game, possibly going into OT. You can grab the draw at plus 290. I just don't know which side. Like I said, if Washington, obviously they can beat anybody in the world if they come out guns blazing early. But Carolina's not going to just lay around. They're going to give them a battle.
Alex B. Smith, Andrew McInnis, puck time. Andrew, 30 seconds or less. What do you think of this game, and any interest in over or under 6?
As far as the total goes in this one, I've decided I'm looking at the over. Just looking at the Capitals, the way they've played recently. I'm kind of like you, Prez, where I'm shocked about this line that we're getting. Sometimes around this time of year, we're seeing inflated lines like last night, the minus 300s, 350, like those ridiculous numbers. But just based off the way we've seen this Capitals team play over the past maybe 5-6 games, looking at this matchup here, they're giving us relatively decent odds. Now, the question is here, which team has more of an important game tonight? And that's kind of what you have to wonder here. I do think Carolina has really turned things on, but the fact is they're 2-7 their last 9 games against Washington, and they've been doing well on the road, but I just don't take them for a team that can win higher scoring games, and I feel like that's the kind of battle it's going to be tonight against Washington. I mean, we saw that game they played against Tampa Bay the other night. Carolina can't match that same intensity that I think Washington and Tampa put forward for us. So I think, looking at this game here, Carolina's going to want to keep things tight, but Washington's going to probably be too much for them to handle. I'd look for Washington team total over or just the full game over. This should be one of those Carolina games that's kind of a full, teams that exchanging goals throughout the entire match.
Andrew, we'll go to you first. New York Islanders, they got to win this game, but nobody has to win a game more than Columbus right now. They have traded their future for a run in the playoffs. They're out right now by 2 points, but they do have a game in hand on Montreal, and Montreal is expected to win tonight. Columbus is minus 160, brother. They were minus 140 before I went to bed last night. The over and under in this game is 5.5. The New York Islanders are not scoring right now. They put up 2 against Arizona. They did put up a 4 spot against Philly, but against Montreal and Boston, 0-0. This team is averaging somewhere around 2 goals a game, which is a joke. Columbus looked great against Vancouver, 5-0 win, but man, did they ever stink against Edmonton. This team is Jekyll and Hyde. I'm really struggling. I expect them to win this game, but 160 is way too big a number. I think the New York Islanders are a live dog. I actually lean on under the total of 5.5 in this game, paying 140 in juice.
I find it tough to do it these days, Prez, but I'm with you. I think this one's going to be a very, very low-scoring game. I mean, what in the world has happened to this New York Islanders team over the past even month? It seems like they've almost, lost their scoring ability. They've turned every game into a 2-1 type game. And Columbus, whether people want to hear it or not, this is a do-or-die game. This is a huge game for them. But once again, as we know, must-win does not always mean will win. But looking at this situation here, I think it was so crucial for this Columbus team to get off to a good start on that road trip. And that loss to Edmonton, guys, was rough for them. Not only was it just, it wasn't even a close game. They got dominated by the Edmonton Oilers 4-1. And then they finally, they turned things around with their minus 170 favorites against Vancouver, beat them 5-0. But as we all know, Montreal playing tonight, Columbus knows how important this is. I'm going to go back to the old-fashioned style of handicapping here. When it's a playoff implication, when it's kind of a do-or-die spot, I think that means under, guys. Whether it's a 5.5 or a 6, I'm comfortable laying the 5.5 here. Take the under. I think New York makes this really, really low scoring, shuts them down, and plays the Barry Trotz style of hockey.
Alex, any quick thoughts on this game?
Yeah, you got the Islanders there, 10-2 on the road against division teams this year. They've won 4 of their last 6 on the road. I lean with the Islanders here. Like the Columbus is just kind of free falling, and they've struggled against the Islanders as well. They've lost 4 of the last 5 meetings. He says it's going to be a low and slow game. Also would look at the under, but that's exactly what Trotz and company want. They want this to be a low and slow scoring game. The under is also cashed in 10 of the last 14 road games for the Islanders as well. So, yeah, I wouldn't expect a lot of goals, but I think the Islanders get the win.
Florida on the road, back-to-back, put up a 5 spot against the Leafs last night. Looked bad on defense, good on offense. They're playing Montreal. Montreal is minus 195. They're in a dog chase, or whatever that cliche is, with Columbus and Carolina for that final wild card spot. Over and under here is 6. Look, Florida is a tough spot. I mean, the bottom line is they played a very fast hockey game last night against Toronto. They're going to be tired. And they're going into the Forum, and it's tough to play there. Le Bell Center, or whatever the hell it's called. Who cares? It's stupid, bloody Montreal Canadiens.
Say
what?
You say La Belle Center?
I don't know. Whatever, dude. Who even wants to talk about this stupid-ass team? Alex, you know what? I'm not even going to... You know what? Just move. Just go. I don't even want to give the lines out. Who cares?
And this is going to be an interesting game. Obviously, Montreal will be scoreboard watching, and this is a spot here. Like I said, Florida's going to be dead dog tired after playing. The phrase is dogfight, by the way. Dogfight or boat race.
Yeah, that's it. Dogfight. I'm a little bit out of it because I saw the Montreal Canadiens logo and just my brain went to mush.
Fair enough. But yeah, Florida's lost 4 of the last 5. They're getting up goals in bunches. Obviously, every game is super important for Montreal. I think they take care of business at home. I would look at laying the puck line. You get minus a goal and a half at plus 140, plus 145.
Andrew, Sabres versus Senators.
I'm going with the over in the Montreal game.
Okay, thanks for telling us. No one asked.
I'm glad you enjoyed that pick.
Hey, just to remind everybody, tomorrow and Thursday, Carmine, listen, Bianco is on. So have your vodka shots ready. Buffalo, Ottawa. This is going to be a doozy. Buffalo just lost 3-1 at New Jersey. They're back-to-back tonight. Ottawa's coming home after a successful 3-game road trip. Why successful, you ask? Because they won one of those 3 games. It's a pick 'em. Ottawa plus 100, plus 1.5, minus 250. No chance in hell I'm getting anywhere near that. And the over and under is 6. I mean, the bottom line for me, and I go to you, Andrew, is I can't take the side in this game. I can't take the over or under in this game. I can't put this game on my television. I have no interest in this game.
Yeah, I was going to ask you guys, do you guys enjoy betting on like the toilet bowl games? Or do you guys find the edges sometimes with them, or it's better off betting on the...
Sometimes. I not so much in recent years.
Well, here, go on,
even
Alex.
yesterday with the Devils game, that's just one of those games where you, in my opinion, don't even want to be involved in because it's just so up in the air.
Well, yeah.
I would take the under. I'll take the under.
Yeah, so, it's interesting, right? These toilet bowl games, as you talk about, in NFL football, yes. I'm with you there because there's more of a consistency, where a team's bad, they're bad. And they're always bad. They're bad every week. The quarterback is always bad. But, Craig Anderson can go out tonight and shut Buffalo down. Hutton played great against the Leafs. Like, you just don't know what you're going to get with these two teams. I could easily argue that nobody will score in this game, and I could easily argue that there'll be 8 goals in this game. I could see Buffalo winning because Ottawa doesn't give a shit, and I can see Ottawa winning because Buffalo cares less. There's just no consistency in these games in this particular sport.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
I stay away from the side. Mostly just totals of these games.
Alex?
Yeah, I mean, like this one in particular, I'm staying away from. But yeah, usually when you have two teams, like I said, just don't completely give a shit at all, the over would make more sense
It
because they're just
does.
gonna roll the puck out and have some fun. But like I said, these two teams are so bad. I mean, it's just you really can't get a read on either one of them. Where the motivation will be.
And you look at it and you say to yourself, well, New Jersey and Buffalo didn't give a shit. And they went, and Buffalo was able to put up one bloody goal. So there's just no value there, brother.
Because maybe it's like they really do care because they know they have finally a chance in the game. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, finally we're actually playing a team we might have a chance.
Yeah, I don't think so, dude. I think these guys just want to golf already. Like
the motivation. I can see that though, the motivation edge, and then maybe that's a possible live bet opportunity where if if you got a team that's struggling and they got a lead in the second period for the first time in 2.5 weeks, then maybe they're like, all right, we can win this game. Let's play a solid final 20 minutes. That is possible.
Yeah, so big outright pass from all three of us on that piece of poo.
Yeah.
Speaking about another game that really holds very little interest, Jonathan Quick in goal for the LA Kings. Not a good year. I think we might be at the end of the Jonathan Quick era. He's on the road in Edmonton. Edmonton is minus 205 here. The under and over is 6. Look, the LA Kings, I mean, they probably played their best game of the season last night. They beat Calgary 3-0. They're in a back-to-back situation. Edmonton is 5 games out, boys. 5 games out. And Colorado is not playing tonight. And Edmonton has a game in hand, making this, so to speak, a free game. They win this game, and they are 3 back with 6 to go. It could get interesting. Yeah, the Kings have won 3 in a row. I get it. And Edmonton have lost 3 of their last 4. And they lost to Ottawa, which is just ridiculous. I think we're going to get our best effort out of Edmonton tonight. Alex, I go to you first. I like Edmonton minus 1.5 plus 130. I think they lay the smack down tonight.
Now, we've been seeing LA playing some decent hockey, all against division opponents. We've seen them beat San Jose, beat Anaheim, beat Calgary. Now they have another divisional game against Edmonton. Edmonton shouldn't be laying 200 against anybody. Hockey team in North America right now. I definitely wouldn't trust them laying the 1.5. Only way I would play this game would be with LA. LA has won 17 of the last 25 meetings against the Oilers as well.
Andrew, any quick thoughts?
I know it's a little bit juicy here, guys, but I'm taking the plus 1.5 LA Kings minus 150 Sports Interaction. I think that's the best. This game, I just can't see either team winning marginally. I get what you're saying, Prez, about the Oilers, having the edge here, fighting for that playoff race, and realistically, the more skillful players. But I just feel like coming off that great win yesterday, the history between these two teams, even it seems like LA matches up well against them. Past 3 games head to head, Edmonton's only averaged 1.6 goals per game out of those 3 games against LA. Keep in mind, LA is a very, very big, really sizable, physical team. Meanwhile, Edmonton, all their skill comes from their youth and their first line of just their speed. So LA could possibly shut that down. This is one of those past games for me as well, Prez. But when I think a game's going to be really close and tight, look at a plus 1.5, and I think LA coming off their win from last night could get the job done for me.
Anaheim on the road facing Vancouver. I mean, both of these teams are mathematically still in the hunt, but it's not possible for them to make the playoffs. Too many teams to jump, too far behind. Anaheim's been playing way better of late, though, guys. They've won 3 of their last 5 games. They beat San Jose. They beat Florida. They beat Colorado in Colorado. Vancouver has lost their last 2 against Columbus and Calgary, both at home. Vancouver is minus 135 here. The over and under is 5.5. Really the bottom line for me, guys, and I'm not going to be putting my own personal money, and I go to you first, Andrew, is if I had to bet this game, I will take Vancouver on the money line.
Vancouver's been one of those teams I've been staying away from quite a bit here. I'm going to look at the over 5.5, just simply based off the hopes that they have to have. You already mentioned it, Prez. These teams are pretty much out of the playoff spot, the playoff picture, whatever you want to call it. They're finishing off their season, and we're seeing a total at 5.5 here. A lot of times, I've been saying it throughout the season, I want to look at these 5.5s, find a way to maybe look at an over. And the way Anaheim's kind of moving forwards, 4 of the last 6 games have gone over for them. And again, that is because they get a lot of 5.5 numbers. And looking at Vancouver here, any game that they really had any chance of keeping tight, it's gone over the total. But against Columbus, losing 5-0, against Calgary, losing 3-1, what better team to kind of spark their offense against than this Ducks team? I'll look at over 5.5.
Alex, any quick thoughts here?
No, I would touch this game. Ryan Getzlaf is questionable for Anaheim. There's a bunch of injuries for Vancouver as well. And we've seen this game, these two teams have trended under when playing against one another. But like I said, this could be a game where, they roll out and have some fun. Some of the younger guys getting some bigger minutes on the ice. This could go either way. I'm not touching it.
They should just take the whole Ducks team and just get a big shuttle and just drive them all to the retirement home after the season. Just show them that their season is done. Like, their career is done. They're on the IR more than they're on the ice.
Yeah, it's over for Anaheim. Quick correction. The Prez needs to correct himself. When I was talking about Edmonton, I spoke about them being 5 games out from Colorado. 5 points. They're actually 7 points out. I was looking at Chicago at the time, so my apologies. And speaking of Chicago, they're 5 points out. They got a massive game tonight in Arizona, and Arizona is 2 points back from a playoff spot. Colorado right in front of them. I mean, this game is Chicago's season to me, guys. The thing with Chicago is even being 5 points back, they got to leapfrog Mini and Arizona and catch Colorado. There's too many teams in front of them. If they don't win tonight, it's over for them. Arizona is minus 120. The over and under here is 6. And Andrew, Chicago has stopped scoring. They beat Colorado 2-1. Then they lost to Colorado by putting up a 2 spot. They put up a 1 spot against Philly, a 2 against Vancouver, a 2 against Montreal. They have gone under the total 5 games in a row. And Arizona is the same. 0 against the Islanders, 1 against New Jersey, 2 against Florida, 1 against Tampa Bay, 2 against Edmonton. All the numbers suggest in the last 5 or 6 games that this game is going to go under the total of 6. I don't necessarily think so. I lean on Arizona here. I think it is going to be a bit of a defensive game. I can't bet the 6, but I don't like the under.
I can't take unders too often with Blackhawks games. I've only catched 1 or 2 recently. But, looking at this matchup, you do see the last time these teams met, Chicago won 7-1 versus this Arizona squad, just, I believe, about a week and a half, 2 weeks.
I was on the over in that game.
Good one to be on the over with for sure. And, just a couple stats here. Chicago 10-2 last 12 playing Arizona. I look at this Arizona team, guys, as a team, on the come up. They're a team that's going to be there eventually. They're looking really, promising. They've had a great season, but yeah, I hope Alex is happy hearing me say this. But you can't take credit away from the classic guys like Anisimov, Kane, Saad, Taze. Those guys are going to go out there and make a difference tonight. I think that Arizona is not going to be able to match up against. Plain and simple for me, I think the more experienced, the more team wins tonight, and the Coyotes aren't ready, I don't think, and the Blackhawks are making moves, so I would take them at a decent price.
Alex?
Well, I got a side play up at Sports Memo on this game, but the total, I would definitely be looking at the under here. Like you said, both teams have failed to score a lot of goals lately, and it's purposeful in a sense where Chicago's really trying to focus hard on defense. That's been the Achilles heel all season is their defense, and now they're playing in these tight playoff style games. That weekend series with Colorado was essentially a playoff series, and they got the big win at home. The Duncan Keith with an incredible goal, just taking the puck basically end to end, scoring in overtime to get the 2-1 win. So they're playing this playoff style of hockey, and as Andrew mentioned, they have more experience being in this situation than Arizona. I would definitely look at the under and first period under, which obviously first period overs, you still get a lot of juice with the Hawks there. You might get some value in the first period under now as well.
Guys, my 3-team ridiculous dog probably won't win parlay. $10 pays $208. $100 pays $2,080. Washington Capitals minus 1.5. Vancouver Canucks minus 1.5. And the Edmonton Oilers minus 1.5. Boys, it was a pleasure. Alex, I think what we're going to do, brother, is you're on 5 times a week on PuckTime. Andrew is on 3 times a week. I think maybe we'll switch you and Andrew out on Thursdays so that Andrew can get a little bit of that Carmine Bianco love. But I am undecided because Andrew pissed me off yesterday.
Well, it wasn't his fault. I mean,
oh yeah, whose fault was it? He was late. His mic didn't work. He hadn't shaved. He was in a towel.
What? We were FaceTiming. I was just getting out of the shower. Prez called me up. I had to answer though.
We're out of here, boys. Love you both. Good luck tonight. We'll see you. We'll see you, Alex, with Carmine tomorrow.
cheers, guys.